HyperMine.
G'day fellow miners and welcome back to HyperMine and episode 5 in my all new digging Minecraft again, in my Road to Nuclear Power series. If you remember last episode, we got the breeder reactor up and running. That has been doing a fine job of creating these re-enriched uranium cells, and these are a new block that's available to us. They are called a project table, and they came with the update that we have recently done, where we have taken the the Minecraft Feed the Beast pack and we've added Mistcraft to it so that we could keep all our Mistcraft worlds, and we've gotten a number of new mods at our fingertips. One of the major ones is Tormcraft, which I've been playing a lot with. Another one is Red Power, and there is also Traincraft, which are the additional mods that we have now on the server with the addition of the Minecraft pack. There's also a whole bunch of new GregTech machines available to us, which is excellent because there's one in particular that I'm going to be using possibly this episode, maybe next episode. So you saw how easy it was for me to create those quad uranium cells using this project table. Basically, the project table, I don't have any of the blank plans, but you put a blank plan into this slot, you lay out your recipe, and then you press a button here, and it will copy that recipe to the blank plan and create a particular plan, which is, in this case, is a quad uranium cell plan. Then all you need to do is place it into any project table, and you can automatically craft the recipe from the stored items. So this will make automating this system quite easy. I mean, it's made it really easy by hand. I've used a similar system over here. You remember this machine here is our glowstone or helium processing machine. This creates helium cells, and as a byproduct, redstone and gold dust. And it looks like this is full. Okay, the thing is not updating, and it seems to be shooting redstone right off the edge here, so there may be a bit of redstone down here. There's quite a bit. Alright, we'll have to pick this up and we'll have to do something about that. Do something about that leak. I will just grab my workshop book. So yeah, with the addition of the Minecraft pack, we've gotten Tormcraft, and I've got a few little friendly helpers running around in the lab now to help me out. I won't go into much detail about those. Those are golems which you can research and build using Tormcraft. I really need to take care of this leak, and I think the best way I can do that, I'll show you a little trick. And I can't show you a little trick because I don't have any barrels. I need to make some barrels. I'll make at least a barrel. And I need wooden half slabs. I think I might have those in here. And I'll grab my potato portal gun. And this is a little trick that I learnt the other day, is you can actually pick up full barrels and move them with a portal gun, and they don't lose any of their stuff inside. So there you go, there's a handy little trick for you if you need to move stuff around in a barrel. You can do it with a portal gun. Yeah, so anyway, now that that's taken care of, and it looks like I need a new gold barrel as well. Might just no, I won't do that now. So I've got a full barrel, well, not quite full barrel there, but I think these are a different ID number. Anyway, this is the machine that produces these 360K helium cells. Basically, I put tin in here. That gets crafted into, along with the helium cells from this chest, into 60K helium coolant cells, which are fed from here up here into this chest up the top here. And then this translocator shifts them down into this electric crafting table, and when 3 get in here, it will craft a 180K helium cell using the tin from these advanced buffers. And this is another one for the second table for creating the 360K helium cells. So basically what this does is these two routers take, well, this router takes tin from this chest as well as the crafting table taking tin, and it feeds it to this router, which then feeds to these two translocators using the various filters. And you've seen the filters in the other setup I have over there. These translocators feed tin into the electric crafting tables into slot O, so they only have, there's only one slot that they can go into. This kind of relies on me being on top of things and keeping stocks up, like keeping tin in the system. So once this table creates a 180K helium coolant cell, this translocator here pulls it out. So it's filtered to only pull out 180K helium coolant cells, and feeds it to this chest, where it's pumped out by this autarkic gate up here to this chest, where this translocator feeds it into another table underneath, which also takes dense copper plates. As you can see, it just took one then. It's probably about to create another one of these, maybe not. So yeah, anyway, that's how I create the 360K helium coolant cells with this machine. These blocks here, this is construction foam, and you can put construction, these are all solid bits of construction foam, but this has got glass fiber cable underneath it, so you can surround glass fiber cable with construction foam, which is what I have done on the side of the and the top of this breeder reactor, to cover that cable that was coming down here to these things, just to make it look a little bit neater, and also to fill in, to fill in these holes as well, because this is actually quite sturdy, this stuff. It's quite blast resistant, which is good. So yeah, anyway, that is the helium processing unit, or the coolant cell machine, whatever you want to call it. Next here we have this little fella here, which produces the near depleted uranium cells. It just has a couple of crafting benches back here, one to create empty cells and feed them to this barrel, and then one to create the near depleted uranium cells using the refined uranium and the cells created by this crafting bench. And this is just a setup over here. I put coal in here and it just feeds it to these 5 macerators. This is again construction foam to cover up the wires, just to make it look a bit neater. And these are all, at the moment, these are all being powered by these 5 solar panels here. They're just advanced solar panels. connected to an MFSU, which is connected to a HV transformer, and I believe I have, yeah, I've got transformer upgrades in these, and I've overclocked these, not to the maximum, but high enough that that they clear the coal out. And these fellows over here, I've just got transformers back here, and medium voltage and low voltage, as you remember from when we built this machine. So yeah, this is where the coal dust is manufactured. All that is piped over here via this pipe, the coal dust into this chest, and there's just a couple of well, there's just a diamond pipe down there, as you can see, which that's designed to stop backflow, and this just pipes the coal dust directly up. And the only other place for the for the near depleted uranium to go is to this chest, and which is the setup that we worked on last episode. So that's the creation of the helium cells, the coolant cells taken care of. We move on now to, well, I'll first explain a bit about this. Is another addition with the update. We've been given these color upgrades which allow us to change the background and the screen color and text color of the information display panels. And as you can see, I've gone with a red and white design here to just kind of match the area. We also have these indicator lights, which are quite cool. As you can see, that just tells me when the switch is on, even though this will report when the reactor's on. But the thing is the reactor can be, I can have these switches on and the reactor can be off. Like at the moment, I think if we have a look, oh no, there's a depleted isotope in there. But if there was no depleted isotope in there and I had both these switches on, this reactor would still be off. But these just tell me when these switches are on. Just another visual reminder to let me know. So I'll be adding these on this side, along with you know, the red wool for the levers and facades for these gate pipes here. The green and red wire is already in place, and I've built the second reactor room for the main reactor, which is in here, and it is almost complete with its internal components. As you can see, 2 rows of quad uranium. This reactor will produce 2080 EU per tick, and 2 rows of coolant cells. It's not powered up. Oh, for real. It's not powered up yet, obviously, because I don't have the infrastructure in place to put new coolant cells in and remove the coolant cells that have been almost depleted. That's what this is for here. This is I'll give you a quick indication of how this will work. So this is a little mini reactor which I've just set up to have a couple of quad uraniums in it, and we have here a chest full of 360k helium coolant cells, and this is pneumatic pipe. This is part of Red Power, which is another addition to the mod pack with the Minecraft pack. Sorry. This is a filter. This will draw items from this chest and feed them into this thing here, which is a regulator. And you can see I've got a bunch of stuff in the inside of this regulator. And basically what this unit does is it sends an item request down this tube to this filter, and then this filter will send up 360k helium coolant cells until this buffer here is full, matching this filter. So this is this is telling it I need 9 360k helium coolant cells in this section at all times. Then on this side it says what I'm attached to, I need to feed 9, and it has to be full of 9 helium coolant cells, and that's this thing here, which is an advanced regulator, and this is a GregTech machine. And what the advanced regulator does is similar to an advanced buffer, in that you can dictate what slots you want to feed stuff into, but you can do it up to 9 different slots. And in this case, I'm using this to feed a 360K helium coolant cell to slot 18 and to slot 27. And this is slightly different in these because it's weird. Like, you wouldn't think that these would be slot 18 and 27, but they are. Sorry, these are slot 18 and 27, but they are, because of the way nuclear reactors are, with the addition of additional chambers. This grid gets bigger. As you can see, that the main reactor had more slots in it than this single block reactor. So it kind of counts out the, I believe it starts at, well, normally it'd be 9 across the top with 6 chambers. So it'd be 9 by 6. And I think each additional chamber adds a line to this side here, which means that this would be slot 9. Sorry, this would be slot 8. This would be slot 17. This would be slot 26. And I think that's how it works. But yeah, it's kind of strange. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. I'm kind of rambling right now. So this will feed these, well, not these, but it'll feed any helium coolant cells in its buffer into those 2 slots. So those 2 slots there, and we could demonstrate that because I believe I have some timers somewhere. Okay, so I found the timers, but I'm just going to quickly go over a few of the little changes here. As you can see, I have set up the information panels with, again, with the color upgrades, just to change them to make them look a bit neater. And I've used the micro blocks from the Minecraft pack to kind of cover these screens a little bit to make them look a bit cooler. There is some spots where I can't put them because they are taken up by pipes and wires, but I think that looks pretty cool. I also use the micro blocks here to make this little display case for this niter, which is something you make with Tormcraft. And I've got a couple of mob heads up here, and there's still got the Hydra token there. These are force fields from the MFFS pack. As you see, that did quite a bit of damage hitting the force field. They're just something I've been playing around with for a bit of fun. But anyway, back to the task at hand. We're going to have a look at this system. So if I come over here and I place this here, we'll see this is sending cells through to this fella here, which is then sending them to this fella here, which is then forwarding them into these positions here. As you can see, it's only filling those 2 spots, and this will keep sending these helium coolant cells to this regulator until this is full, which it is now. Now this is starting to fill up because it says I need 9 helium cells in my inventory before you can stop sending, and it'll keep sending and keep sending, and then we get one more and then another one will come, and as you can see, there's no room, so it just bounces back and gets put back into the inventory here. Now on this side, this is set up to take out the coolant cells when they're at 99 99 durability. I just did that quickly because I actually need to have all of the helium cells at 99 durability, or at least I need quite a few of them at 99 durability, more than what I have here. Now, if we go, I don't think I have any redstone. I might need to go and get some redstone. I'll be right back to continue this explanation, so bear with me. Okay, I just grabbed some red alloy wire. That's part of the red power, and I have this set to emit redstone when the temperature of the reactor is below 500. So there we go. Now the reactor's on. And if we watch, as soon as these hit 99, they'll get pulled out by this translocator. There we go. And replaced by this this advanced regulator. And obviously this thing here is an ejector, which will take items from that are fed into it, so it acts like a chest, and then it'll eject them through a pipe. And just saw one. There we go. And there's another one. And we could probably speed these up a little bit. We max them out. No, we won't max them out. We'll set them at 1 second. Pardon me. I'm having a real bad time with my throat today. So you can see this is being kept all fed. Yeah, this is swapping out quite well. I'm just going to turn this off though, because I don't want to leave it running. The reason I need these at 99 is because I need to filter the coolant reactor extraction system to pull the coolant cells out of the coolant reactors once they reach 99 durability. The reason being is that it takes a very long time for an exponentially longer time for the coolant cells to go from 99 durability to 100 than it does to take for them to go from 98 to 99, because pretty much what happens is in the coolant reactor all of the cells will reach 99 before they go on to fill up to 100%. So it takes too long, so I'm going to pull them out of these, which they're not complete yet obviously. I'm going to pull them out of these when they reach 99 durability in the coolant reactor rather than 100, which means all the filters feeding this reactor need to also have that 99 durability on them. Like anything that's GregTech needs me to have these displaying at 99, because that's just how the whole system works. Fortunately, when you filter one of these GregTech item movers or automation machines, it doesn't consume it. Like, you don't have to put something in there. Let's say it's a holographic representation, so it's actually just a picture. It's not actually nothing's actually in there like it is with these regulators here. Although I'm pretty sure the regulators don't take into account the damage value on an item, which could actually save me a lot of trouble. But anyway, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to feed all of the helium coolant cells through this reactor just to get them to 99. And once they're all at 99, we will be ready to start fitting up the current the main reactor and coolant reactors. So these are the coolant reactors. I know this is a lot of overload, but these are the coolant reactors. They aren't complete. I have all the components here needed for them. I built these all, or I put these all together off camera because I didn't want to show you how boring it is to actually manufacture all of these things, because they don't stack. So you have to build them like a bit at a time. So basically what I was doing was I built 5 of these, and I put them in here, and then I built 5 of them again, put them in here, and I did that 16 times because there's 16 cooling reactors involved in this system. And then I did 12 of these and repeated that over 16 times, and finally, you know, did all of these components, built 16 reactor chambers times, or 6 reactor chambers times 16, 16 electric translocators and 16 ejectors. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to assemble this coolant reactor. It's just a matter of placing these blocks here like this, and then one on top, like so. And then I have to remember how these go now. They go across the bottom like this, and then up like this, and then we have let's put these in. Eight of them here, like this. And one here, one here. Get the rest of those in. And one here, here, and here, like this. Now this is a this is a cooling reactor design that I found online, and it is it was on the I think it's on the Tech forum in the reactor engineering, or the reactor engineering section of the Tech forum, and it's designed by a group of guys, or a guy that calls himself I can't remember his name, but it's they call themselves, or he calls himself, Heyo Corporation, and it's pretty much the bee's knees of reactor design for coolant reactors. I played around quite a bit with different designs, and this one is pretty much as good as it gets with what I have in mind. So basically, the different components do different stuff. I tried to explain what they were doing before, and I kind of royally cocked it up. But what these heat vents, these overclocked heat vents and advanced heat vents do is they take heat out of this compartment. They don't take it out of the hull. They just take any heat that's being generated in here by whatever, whether it be uranium cells or whatever, and they vent a bit of the heat. So these actually absorb, the overclocked heat vents absorb 36 heat and expel 20 heat. So they keep 16 heat themselves, which is why you need these component heat vents and these exchangers to take out that remaining heat. These will vent 4 heat from each component that touches them. So if these have 4 heat in them each, this will vent 8. And as you can see, it's capable of venting. It'll have coolant cells here, so these will be venting 16 heat pretty much. Then we have the exchanges and the advanced exchanges, and I can't remember the exact values for these, but they exchange a certain amount of heat from like one component next to them to another. So they'll take heat into themselves and then expel it in these directions. And it depends on where the heat needs to, well, it depends on where the high heat is. They'll go in the opposite, or where the lowest heat is, they'll send that heat in that direction. So it's kind of complicated. Basically what the reactor does is every reactor tick, which is not the same as a server tick, every reactor tick, it'll scan through these components starting here, or actually I think it starts here and scans this way, which is why these are on this side. It may do this way actually, I'm not sure, but I know it goes, it checks every single component and calculates how much heat it's going to absorb and how much heat it's going to distribute. And in the case of these component heat exchangers, it'll check each adjacent block, and if that block is lower heat than this block, it'll shift some heat from here to equalize them. And that's what it's all about. It's about equalizing the heat. The same with all of these. Like these component heat vents will cool these adjacent components. So this this will cool this and this. This will cool this and this, and etc. etc. And eventually, what it does is it takes all of the heat stored in the coolant cells, and that's what the coolant cells do. They store heat. It'll take all the stored heat in the coolant cells and remove it eventually. And as I said, it takes a long time for it to get to 100%. A lot longer than it does to go from 98 to 99. So I'm going to be extracting them at 99%. So I'm going to go ahead and put all the rest of these coolant reactors together. And then probably move on to the next step. So I will be back. Okay. They're all done after 4 million clicks. You have to click each one individually into the thing, because you can't just shift click because they've got to be laid out like this and leave these gaps. This is where the coolant cells go. So they're all full of their components, and I know people are probably going to say, wow, you've got 16 reactors there. Why don't you just make like 16 reactors that produce 120 EU per tick each, and then you'll have like, you know, nearly 2,000 EU. Well, yes, but I'm doing this purely just to prove to myself that I can, and it uses a lot of really good mechanics out of the game, out of the mods. Like it uses a lot of stuff that a lot of people overlook. A lot of things that make this game, or make this mod pack, very powerful, and the techniques that I use you can take to pretty much anything, and plus it's a big challenge to get one reactor that produces a steady output of, you know, extreme voltage, or 2048 volts EU per tick. Well, this will be 2080. So yeah, I just like the idea of doing the you know, designing and engineering of this thing. So yeah, I mean, I could just do the simple thing and have a whole bank of reactors that need absolutely no maintenance, or you know, looking after, apart from feeding them uranium. But where's the fun in that, huh? More fun to do it this way, I reckon. So yeah, anyway, these are all set up, ready to go, ready to accept used up coolant cells. The only things I have left in here are the translocator and the ejector, and these are going to be set up the same way as this translocator and ejector system are set up to extract the helium coolant cells when they're at 99 from these coolant reactors, and then feed them back to like a storage system somewhere, probably underneath, I think, so that they can be fed back into this reactor. So I guess that's really it for today. I didn't really make a huge amount of progress, but it explained a lot of what I plan on doing. So next episode we'll probably get the piping done. We might get the automation done for feeding the reactor. And then we'll go from there. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and keep on digging.